Okay, my dear children, today we are going to start with the modal verb. So, have you studied the modal verb earlier? So, are you preparing for any kind of competitive examinations? Do you have any doubt in the application of can or could, will or would, may or might? So, if you have the doubt, if you are not very much confident while you are talking with your friend in your conversation, if you are not confident in the use of the modal verb, then this is the right place you have chosen, the Eden English. Just simply let us learn it. Therefore, let us start this modal verbs. Now, my dear children, what is the modal verb? So, this modal actually means the mood. It also means the manner, M-A-N-N-E-R, manner, or it may also mean the mode, M-O-D-E, mode. That means it is a verb that actually tells about the mood. It also tells about the manner. It may tell about the mode, the way of the doing of the verb. Therefore, my dear children, so when you are talking about the verb, this verb is a part of speech, and this verb is a doing word, and this verb, it is divided into how many kinds? It is divided into two kinds. Number one is the principal verb. Okay, PBR, principal verb, and another one is the AB or auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb. That means when you are talking about the modal verbs, they are not the main verb or not the principal verb. They are the subordinate or helping verb. They are called the auxiliary verb. And many of the modals are also many a time used as the main verb, and the meaning also changes very drastically. Therefore, these are very tricky matters, and if you do not go through very minutely or closely, then there is the possibility that you may be duped or you may be cheated in the examination. That means in the examination they may cheat, the question paper may cheat you. Therefore, just to do well in the examination, just to write confidently in the examination, it is better that we know the rules or the theory pertaining to the models. So, if you are very much confident about the theories, then if we make the practice followed by it, then it is very much sure that we can do the answer related to the model. Either it is in any competitive examinations like the PO examination, SSC examination, the PGT or the TGT's examination in Kendriya Vidyalaya and Navodaya Vidyalaya, or any board or non-board examination. These are very, very crucial for all sort of examinations. Now, my dear children, when you are talking about the models, so how many models are there? So let us start with the models. M is are, was, were, do, does, did, have, has, had, can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, ought, dare, need, must. These are the models. These are the models in total. And some of the models are also can be used as been the main verb. Say for example, my dear children, very briefly let us have a discussion like there is the to be verb. to be verb. Now this to be verb, there are 5 forms. 1, 2, 3. 3 into the present tense like am, is, are, and another 2 in the past tense like was and were. Again there is a have verb, H-A-V, have verb. This have verb is having 3 forms. One is a have, another one is has, and the last one is had. And there is a lot of confusion in the mind of the children to make the use of have and had. They get confused. But this is very simple, because in the had there, in the past tense there is only had, and in the present there is a have and has. And when you are changing the person and the number of the subject or the doer, then this will have a change. This will have a change, but this will have no change in the past tense. In the past tense. Therefore, what we was talking about? We are talking about the auxiliary verbs, some of which can also be used as the main verb. So we will go to the detail, and before that, let us go to the definition of the models, their kind, their application, and also we will see the worksheet. We will also see the unedited page so that you can edit it beautifully. We will see the filling up of the blanks so that you can write very confidently in the use of the models. Because as I told you, these models, if you do not know the rules pertaining to it, then it will be very confusing. Therefore, let us clear the confusion and go to the definition. Here we go. Let us continue. So when we are asking the question, so what is a modal auxiliary verb? So modal auxiliary verb, let us see the definition of the modal auxiliary verb. We will see the definition. So here you see the definition of the modal auxiliary verb. Modals, which are also called the modal verbs, are modal auxiliaries, are special verbs. They are special verbs which behave irregularly in English. So when you are talking about the modals, they are the special verbs. They are neither the strong verb, nor the weak verb, They are what? They are special. They are special verbs. They are special verbs. They are different from the normal verbs like work, play, visit. Means when we are talking about the normal verbs, these normal verbs will be having the 3 different forms. 3 different forms. They will be having 3 forms. 1 present, 2nd past, 3rd is past participle. Work, worked, worked. Play, played, played. Visit, visited, visited. All these forms are there in the case of the normal verbs, but in the case of the special verbs or the auxiliary verb, which are also called anomalous, finite or defective verbs, they are not having these 3 regular forms. Therefore, let us continue. Let us proceed. So, we will be talking about the characteristics of these verbs. So, here we go. These are verbs which are used with the main verbs like can, must, could, would. So, as you have discussed now, that these auxiliaries or these models are those verbs which are used with the main verb. means there will be the main verb, and before the main verb this auxiliary verb will come. In a sentence, when we are talking about a particular sentence, there will be the subject or the doer, then there will be the auxiliary verb or the helping verb, then there will be the main verb, then there will be object or predicate, then there will be full stop. This is the structure of the sentence in English in assertive form, in the assertive or the declarative type of sentence. Therefore, now we are discussing about this one, my dear children. We are talking about the auxiliary verb or the helping verb. We are talking about the defective verbs. We are talking about the anomalous finites. And these are verbs. So what are they? May, might, can, could, shall, should, will, would, need, dare, ought. So these are the pure models. These are the pure models. And what are the uses of this? Let us see. These words are used to express the ideas like the possibility, permission, necessity, obligation. My dear children, let us continue and see. Supposing you are going to the railway station, you have gone to a railway station and you wanted to see the road that is leading to the bus stand. Now you are asking a particular person. So if you are asking, would you show me the way to the bus stand? Then the meaning will be different from, will you show me the way to the bus stand? Okay. So these are two sentences. Will you show me the way to the railway station or bus station, okay, bus stand. And another one is, in place of will we are using the would. Then the meaning will be, the rest of the thing will be same, and we are only changing this will and would. So when we are using the past form of will, then the meaning will be drastically changed. Okay, now when you are going and talking about or using this word will as a helping verb to make it a question mark or interrogative sentence, then the person may not be happy. The person before whom you are asking the question may not be happy, and therefore you may not be given the answer to. But when you will be using this word would, then the person will be very happy, and even if he is a very busy person, then also he will be happy to show you the way. Therefore, there lies the difference in the use of the models. Therefore, let us continue. Modal verbs have only one form. They are having only one form. In the case of the regular verb, how many forms are there? 3 forms are there, as you have discussed. There is the present form, there is the past form, there is the past participle form. But these are having only one form. This verb do not add s or es to the third person singular form. Let us discuss this one. This one is having a lot of confusion in the mind of the children, and therefore it is better to discuss. Suppose the verb is a present simple. I am writing present simple or present indefinite. Present simple or indefinite. And okay, the tense here is a present simple, tense here is present simple, and verb here is supposed to go. And when we are making the conjugation, the conjugation will be like this: I go, we go, you go, he goes, she goes, they go. Now, in the case of he, she, or it, Okay, when it is a he, she, eat, then the original verb go is taking yes with it. Okay, but in the case of the modals or the auxiliary verb, this s or es never comes when the subject or the doer is third person and singular number. So this thing we need to remember. Modal verbs are followed by the infinite of another verb without to. So modal verbs are followed by the infinite of another verb without to. The verb in questions are used without doing or do or did in the past form. That means this is not having all of the three forms like the present, past and past participle. So these are helping verbs. Therefore, the negative sentence is formed by using the what not. Means when you are going to make the negative sentence, suppose he will play, full stop. This is the assertive sentence or declarative sentence. Now you want to make it negative. In order to make it negative, what is needed? So just or simply after the modal you just use not. He will not play. He will not play. Now it is a negative is a form. Therefore, let us continue. Now let us see some visuals. So here you have seen one character here. It may be Lily or it may be Millie too, and we are writing here she. Therefore, let us see this. She can swim. She can swim. She can swim. He should go to the doctor. He should go to the doctor. Now you see the application of the models that we are talking. So you have seen a particular person here, and this person is suffering, and as he is suffering, therefore what is needed? What is needed is to consult a doctor. Therefore, this sense you see, he should go to the doctor. So this is a kind of this should actually means the obligation. Obligation means the compulsion. Compulsion means the compulsion. This therefore here you see she can swim. She can swim. This can is showing what? This can is showing the ability. Now when we are writing the past form of can, that is could, this will show the ability of the past or the particular ability that he or she possessed when he was or she was a child. Therefore, let us proceed. Here you continue. Now here we will be using a table, and in this table we will be making use, and we will also be talking about the meaning of the model that is used in the sentence. So here in this first column you are using the modals and we are talking about the example here, and here we are talking about the kind of the application, kind of the meaning that is intended here, the kind of the meaning. Let us see now. So this model here is, the model here is can. Can is related to the capacity. Capacity, or C-A-L-I-B-R-E, caliber, or it's a skill, S-K-I-L-L, skill. Now it may also imply the permission. It may also imply the request. So in the case, see this example, can I use your phone please? Can I use your phone please? That means the permission is sought, the permission is requested. And here I can drive, here this actually shows about the ability or the skill of the person. Then you see that the past form of can is the could. Now we are going to that part, what is the meaning and what is the application. So suppose we are talking about I could not see him, I could not see him, means it is the application of can in the past form. So this sentence actually shows the application into the past tense. Capacity into the past, capacity into the past. Now you see this application is very interesting application, and this is the polite permission or polite request. This particular application is made when you are writing the letter to the editor. When you are writing the letter to the editor, suppose in the last part of the body you are giving some suggestion, very practical suggestion to the stakeholders like the officer, the deputy commissioner, or the concerned engineer or other, then you are writing in a very mild manner. Could I suggest the ways and means to improve the condition of the route? Means the road condition is very miserable, and you are writing a letter to the maybe the commissioner or the PWD director and other, and you are writing in a very polite manner. Okay, you are writing in a polite manner just by application of the past form of can, that is could. Then let us see the next one, the could. What is the another use of could? We could go to the new restaurant. It could rain today. So here the could here actually tells about the options, the possibility. Suppose you are visiting a particular restaurant. The things are not up to the mark. The food item or other menu that is served is not up to the mark, or it is not up to you, or it is very very costly. Then you are talking, we could go to the new restaurant. This also another one, and it talks about the possibility. It could rain today, and this possibility is little remote possibility. Remote possibility. Okay, my dear children, you remember this remote possibility. Then let us see the application of another one, that is may. Let us see the application of may. May is another modal or the defective verb that, that is 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 the defec Normally, what does it talks about? It talks about the permission. It talks about the request, possibility, or more probable than could. When you are comparing this one, when you are comparing may with a could, then may is more probable than could. So you will minutely observe this little difference. May I use your phone, please? May I use your? This is the permission sought or asked. It may rain today means if you are writing it could rain today, either the possibility is suppose a 40%. When you are telling it may rain today, the possibility here will be not less than 60%. Means there is a 60% chance that there will be rain. Another one, you see, she may be at home. There is a possibility that 60% possibility is that she will be at home. But when you are talking, she could be at home, that means the possibility is a little remote. The possibility is a little remote. Then let us see the past form of may. There is a might. It might rain today. She might be at home. So this is the same as may, but when you are going to talk about the difference, the might will be more remote and the surety or the conformity will be with may. I suppose you understood it. Therefore, now let us go to the next one. The past tense of shall is should. Shall is should. The shall and will, these two are the sign of futurity. These are the SIGNS signs of futurity. Means they tell that the action will happen, the action will be done in the future. Suppose I shall do it, he will do it, he will complete it, he will accomplish it. All these are the future indefinite, and for that will and shall is used. And when there is the past form of shall, then it will be should. And normally this should is used in the case of the obligation. Obligation means he should go to the doctor. He should go to the doctor as he is ailing, as he is suffering. Therefore, he should go and consult the doctor. Means it is somewhat the obligation or compulsion. He should be fine means there is possibility, there is a probability. This should here means the probability or possibility. Therefore, he should be fine means it is a suppose that he will be fine or alright. Then let us see the next one, must. Must also is used in the case of compulsion. Means there is no option left. There is no option left. Means you are compelled. You are forced. There is no other way. There is no option. There is no alternative. So the first one must love one's country. Means one must be a patriotic man, otherwise he is a very hollow man. This is the compulsion. There is no option. There is no option that one should or should not be a patriotic person. Means this is a mandatory thing. So if a person should be a man of substance or woman of substance, then he needs to be a patriotic person. Therefore, let us see the example. You must go to the school. Means there is no option but to go to school in order to learn your lesson, in order to excel in the examination. If you do not go, then there is no option left out. Whatever is the taught, that will never be repeated. Whatever is the missed, that will never be compensated. Therefore, one must go to school. She must be at home means that is the certainty. That is the certainty. CERTAIN, certainty means this is the surety, as you surety. Okay, this will be the surety, confirm that one must be at home. Then let us continue. So here you go. Let us continue. The next one we now consider is shall. Shall, as you have discussed, shall is the sign of futurity. So future simple tense is used, okay, with a shall, okay. Just by using a shall, future indefinite can be made, and the future indefinite interrogative form also can be made by the same. Shall we begin means it is a kind of interrogation and question, and it is a kind of proposal too. It is a kind of suggestion too. Thou shall not kill. Thou shall not kill. Thou is the old English. Old English means you. In Hindi, tu. Tu nahi marenge. Matlab, as far as religion is concerned, no religion actually tells that one should kill other. All religion give the restriction on the killing or the murder. Therefore, the injunction, the command, the order that is given in the religious book, thou shalt not kill or thou shan't kill. Next one, will, a voluntary action, a promise, a prediction. I will make a dinner. The simple futurity. I will call you at 4 p.m. So this is also simple futurity. The summer will be very hot. That is also the prediction. Some kind of prediction for the future, that this summer will be very hot, as the global warming is rising every year. Then let us see the next one, the past tense of will, that is would. So what it actually means, would also shows the politeness. It would also is the past form of will. Therefore, if I had time, I would travel more. Means this is actually showing that the condition of the past. अगर मेरा पास टाइम होता पास्ट में, तब हम ज्यादा ट्रेवल करते. He said he would come. Here you see in this particular sentence number 2, he said he would come. So here you will see there are two verbs. One is the verb 1, said. Another one is he would come. That means he said that he would come. This part is the past simple. Another one will be naturally past. Therefore the helping verb or the modal also will be in the past. That is to be very clearly noted. And when we are doing the editing work also, this thing is to be noted. If in a particular sentence one verb is the past tense, the other verb will be naturally past. It may be past indefinite, past perfect or past continuous, but it will be certainly past. Therefore, if there is a will form like simple futurity, that also will be would. Would will be used. When I lived in Paris, I would always go to the champs Aloysius. Here this would actually talks about the habitual act of the past. When I lived in Paris, I would always go to the champs Elysees, means I always had the habit, or I always used to go to the champs Elysees. Then let us continue. Here we go. Now, my dear children, so we'll see some of the synonyms. That means we are talking about the meaning of the models. If we know the meaning of the models, if we know the synonym of the models, then it will be quite easier for us to make the appropriate use of the same in the sentences that are given in the exam for testing. Therefore, let us continue. Some of these common models have synonyms we often use. Must, must is have to, need to. This you need to remember well. Have to also is the models. Need also is the model. Must also is needed. This must actually has the meaning similar to have to. I have to do the work. I must do the work. But here, in the case of the must, there is a full compulsion. In the case of have to, there is compulsion, but not the degree is not as that of must. Similarly, she must live. She has to live. She needs to live. Should is similar to number 2. We are talking about should. Should is similar to ought to. Ought to. One should love one's country. One should respect one's parent. One ought to love one's parent. See, let us see the example. He should speak to his boss. He ought to speak to his boss. When you speak, we use a contraction with the sum of the modal verbs in the negative form. So this contraction, when we use this contraction, so can you tell what is the difference between, suppose, shall not and another one is shan't. Shan't. Cannot. Can't. Suppose can not is equal to can, can't. The meaning is similar, but when you are talking about this contraction form, then the force will be more here in the case of the contraction. I can't do it means forcefully you are telling. So when you are telling I cannot do it, means you are refusing or denying, but the force is less in this case compared to cannot. Is it clear? Then let us continue. So the contracted form or the contraction. Let us see the contraction. So the contraction of cannot will be can't. Contraction of could not will be couldn't. Should not will be shouldn't. Must not will be mustn't. Won't will be will not. Would not will be wouldn't. So all these contracted form are used to give the force, otherwise the meaning is the same. Let us continue now. So, my dear children, here we will be using how can we use the modal verbs into the past. The modal verbs, how can it be used into the past tense, into the past form. So, here we move. You can go, you were able to go. You were able to go. This can actually refers to the ability, and therefore you are using the word able here to make it make the use of the same in the past tense. Suppose the word is second, then from there could is used. I could not go. I could not go. I could not go. I thought I would go. I thought I would go. The past form of would. Then let us continue. Here we go. So some exercise now we'll see some of the exercise, and this will complete our understanding of the model. So here we go. Complete the sentence says with one of the two choices. One of the two choices. So let us continue. So in the examination, my dear children, so these days in all the competitive exam and all the board exam, non-board exam, MCQ is a must. MCQ is very much mandatory or compulsory. MCQ or MCQs. So where there will be 3 or 4 options, normally 4 options are there, and you will have to use appropriately the options given. Here also some options are there. Let us see what will be the appropriate option for the sentences and the blanks given. Number 1. You really watch TV this much. Here you see, you really shall watch TV this much. You shouldn't. So what will be the meaning here? What will be the model that will be used? So the model will be you really shouldn't watch TV this much. So you see that the sense here, this much means it is maximum. So when you are using or when you are watching the television, okay, continuously for a long time, then it will have impact on your eyes and particularly your health also, your memory power also. Therefore it is suggested that you do not or you should not watch the television continuously for a long time. Number 2, she must or could be at work. She also works at this time. Here, my dear children, the golden rule here is that you are to read the full sentence. Try to understand the left or right of the sentence. If it is a compound sentence, then read the full. Because one part of the sentence may give the support what a form of the model will come. Therefore, here you see, she does be at work. She always work at this time. Whether it will be must or could, that you can, she must be at work. Suppose I am writing must be at work. She always work at this time, means you are very much confirmed. Therefore, in order to show the confirmation that suppose it is at 10 a.m., and at 10 a.m. he comes to the office, she comes to the office and continue doing the work, and therefore this is the possibility that this is the beginning time of the office, and certainly she will be positively be in the office doing the work. Therefore the option must can be given here without any hesitation. Speak up, I dash hear you. Cannot, could not. Speak of, I could not will be correct or cannot hear you. So which one will be correct? So this one will not be correct because this is the past form. So as this one speak up, this is the present tense. Okay, this is the imperative sentence. Speak up, जोर से बोलिए क्योंकि हमको सुनाई नहीं देते. So as I do not understand, as I do not listen to what you are telling, therefore you are requested to speak loudly. Therefore speak up. I cannot hear you. Have you got it? Similarly, let us see that the next one. I dash hear a what he said. I dash hear a what he said. I cannot will be right or could not. Here you see the hint is given here. So this is the past form of the verb say, the past of say. Therefore, normally what you will have to use, you will also use the past form of the model, that is could not. Cannot will be wrong because there will be no agreement between the verb and the models. Therefore, the correct answer will be I could not hear a word he said. Matlab this is the activity of the past, and therefore could not will be correct because the verb here is in the past form. Then let us see the next one. And you should not or must call his wife urgently. So which one will be correct? This is very clear. And you must call his wife urgently. It means that this is the emergency. Therefore, must is needed. There is no confusion here. There is no question of should not. And you must call his wife urgently. Thank you for calling G company. G company. How cannot or may I help you? So you are in the helping desk, and somebody is calling your G company, and you are telling normally you are telling in a polite manner, how can I help you, or how may I help you, may I help you. So these are the models that are used in order to make the interrogative in a polite manner, and there is no question of using the not here with can. That means cannot will be wrong. If I go to New York, I will or would see the Statue of Liberty. Means the Statue of Liberty is there in the United States of America. And now you see that the sentence, if I go, अगर हम जाते हैं कहाँ, न्यूयॉर्क में जाते हैं, तब क्या होगा, I will, means this also future, this one also will be future. There is no question of using the past form of the future would. Therefore, the correct answer will be will. If I go to New York, I will see the Statue of Liberty. Last one, let us see. If I went to New York, I dash see the Statue of Liberty. Here you see beautiful differences there, and this one is the past tense. Similar type of sentence. If I went there, अगर हम गए होते कहाँ, न्यूयॉर्क में, तब हमको देखने का मौका मिलता. I in place of will, there will be would. So I suppose, my dear children, you have understood the application of the models, and another type of the sentences, another type of the questions that may come into the examination is, for your clarity of the conception, match the two columns to identify the use of each modal verb. If they should call Layla soon after their first date, Layla should be happy to get his call. If calls but she doesn't pick up, she must be working. So here there is a one obligation, there is another possibility, there is another low probability. All these are there, and there is the use of these models. See that the model F a suit, this is a model Leila suit, must, can. So you will be, so you can just by using your common sense also you can write what is the intended meaning that is implied here. No problem, we can call her back later. Can call her back later. So this can here, the can here means what? The rational probability. Later he tells her they could go out to dinner again. This go here, that actually tells about the possibility. So my dear children, so this is the end of the lesson. I suppose your understanding of the model is clear, and the PDF file also will be given to you. Therefore, we make a extensive practice of the same, and you can go to the online practice quiz pertaining to the models or the defective verbs too, so that you can be very bold in your concept of the models. So this is the end of the class, and we will meet you in another interesting video. Till then, bye bye, see you again.